This is Sandy with Needs a Ribbon, and we are here together. We are gathered together today to bring you a Let's Kit Together. This one was not live. This was a pre-recorded Let's Kit Together. Because of the sound issues I am having with Facebook recordings and some other technologies that are not playing nice. So, in the meantime, some of my kit-togethers will be pre-recorded. I am sorry about that. I'd love to be more interactive. I encourage you to comment below the video in YouTube. But until that time, well, this is the way it's going to have to be for some of them. Because I have a lot of videos that I've recorded live and the sound has gone, well, the sound is just literally gone. Or it just crackles. And it's there in the recording. Anyway, doesn't matter. So today we are going to do the City Sites Kit. 163885 is the item number in the US. City Sites Kit, item 163885. Let's go ahead and open her up. Since this isn't live, I don't need to wait for people to join me or anything. It's a different format. Again, my apologies on this, but it happens. And since this is a kit, it is a card making kit. It is not a it's not a paper pumpkin. So it is available globally, which is really cool. And I encourage you, if you're in the US, I will happily help you get one. Globally, check with your local demonstrator, or if you are a demonstrator, how do you not have this kit? No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, so it is a card making kit. It is a stamping card making kit, as I can see. Oh, is that ever fun? Is that New York or is that Chicago? I think that's New York. Don't know. Probably New York. Anyway, that's really cool. And then we get these great, I assume that's supposed to be like a sky. We'll find out as we put our kit together. It comes with the ink spot of Pebbled Path. Why don't I go ahead and get it over with and just get it open? If you watch my other Let's Kit Togethers, this is my least favorite part. And again, nobody's ever told me a better way to do this. So I risk life and limb for you all every week, basically. Oh my gosh. Why are my scissors goopy too? Why am I just noticing that? I don't know. It must have been something recent because they all were cleaned up. Kind of like washing your blocks, you need to wash your scissors periodically, your bone folders. All your stuff does need to be maintained, and that is essentially what you're maintaining, is wiping them up. So let's go ahead and much like our other kit togethers, I brought a scissor, a bone folder. I grabbed a block. Since this is a card making stamping kit, ooh, that's cool. Let's go ahead and open her up. And I always keep, oh, I need to grab it. I'd put it away. If you're not new around here, you know I need my trusty dusty. It's not dusty, actually. Glass bowl for refuse. I do keep a garbage handy, but when I'm doing these, I don't look. I just toss off to in that direction, and it's hit or miss if I hit the garbage and have to sweep up later. So I've just gone to this method. And plus, then I generally get 99% of the dimensional backings. A kit for every occasion. Let's take a look at the back, because that's usually step one with the Let's Kit Together after we get it opened and all that. Ooh, I'm digging the colors. So the colors are over here. That's right. With Paper Pumpkin, they're down here. With other kits, they're over here. Basic Beige, Basic Black, Boho Blue, Copper Clay, Misty Moonlight, and Pebbled Path. Really digging the color combos. Honestly, all our kits lately, the color combinations have been so inspiring. That would be some really cool if someone would just make a little chart of all the color combinations in the various kits. I'm not sure I'll be the one to do that, but they really are inspiring color combinations. And so we have four each of two designs, it looks like, so it makes 8 cards. And I do not remember what the price on this is because I've had it for a long time. And unlike our paper pumpkin and some other things, we don't have an inner kind of directional thing. So apparently this must be fairly simple because it's less pages of instruction, which is good. I like that. So these are our piles, card 1 and card 2. And much like the format of my other kit togethers, we're only going to make one of each. But I do want to take a look at these envelopes. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That is very cool. So what am I going to say? What do I say often with the pretty envelopes? Send them in a white envelope. You've got to muck them up anyway. Go ahead and stamp on them. But use this as paper. Even cutting off this little triangle. You could glue that on a card front that way, or, you know, it's just a suggestion. You do you. But that's very pretty. So we get 2 different envelope styles, and we get 2 different card bases. God, I'm already digging this. So we only put 1 together of each. You can do the rest offline. I'm assuming that's that and that. And because it's a global kit, we have all the different languages: English, French, German, and Dutch. And I'm going to guess that's Dutch because of all the extra consonants and stuff. I just don't know. I wish I did. I wish someone could tell me how to tell if it's Dutch. But in any case, for the purpose of this video, we're just going to leave that. So we need the round happy birthday goes with our portrait-oriented card. So we've got 4 happy birthdays. If you know someone in a different language, use these or do something with them. I mean, these are yours. Do something with them. You can think of something. And then, so we've got our boho blue ones. I assume, again, in English. So we got 4 of them. French, German, and that is, again, 99% sure that's Dutch. Not quite 100% because I don't want to be called wrong. And then we have these. Oh my gosh. These are like corrugated cardboard. I hope that shows up on camera. Is that not the coolest thing? That is the coolest element I've seen in a card kit, like practically ever. How about that? Dang, they just feel so cool too. Maybe you can see it that way. But they're corrugated cardstock. So we need the little one for the portrait card and the long one for the landscape card. That kind of makes sense. You will use all of them. There are no extras. And we have some other elements right here. So 1, 2, yep, we get 2 sheets of these. We're going to put one aside. We need one of the round ones. This card kit is so dang easy, I can tell. So the round one goes with the portrait card. The cityscape one goes with the landscape card, or card 2. However, it's easier for you to remember. So we've made our piles. We're not going to worry about the rest of it. And we're going to go ahead and turn to our directions for card 1 and put card 2 aside for now. So we're going to bring in card 1, and they're going to recommend, okay, so we've got some stamping to do, and I like to do that early. We're going to do these, since there's only 2 different cards, we're going to, oops, I'm sorry about that. We're going to handle them each separately. Normally I like to do all my stamping at once, but already just given a quick look at this card, I can tell that it's going to be easier to just address it all at once. I mean, by each card. And prep our stamp. We got our stamp, so we're going to use the dotty looking, I assume that's to look like lights of the skyline or something. And I'm going to go ahead and leave, okay, we're going to use it, the round element, we're going to punch this part out, but you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and leave that in there for now. And we're going to ink that up. So this is step 1 of card 1. Yep. And the bottom line is the bottom of the stamp. So we're going to go in there and just kind of light up our skyline. Now I'm going to already advise you there is no right or wrong way. And I'm going to go ahead while that ink dries for a few seconds and carefully punch that out. See what I mean? And yeah. And I do clean my stamps after. Proof. Not that you doubted me, but just saying there's proof. So step 1, stamp. We also, in step 2, want to get our card base ready. So what do? Fold it out, fold it in. Fold the inside out, fold the outside in, and for the extra people, we give it a little burnish so it lays perfectly flat. And, oh, it did come with the block. Hello. It came with everything. Sandra should have looked more carefully what's included. So now we have this great block, which is so nice. Look at that. I always love a new block. It just looks so pretty. So you can add that to your stash. I grabbed a block, didn't need one. I should have known. But much like my other Let's Kit Togethers, so with step 2, we've done step 3 while I do this. So we're going to take this element and we're going to flip it upside down and we're going to grab our dimensionals and load her up with, they recommend 4, 7, 10 total dimensionals while I talk. Put 1 behind each building. And then 7 around. That's what they're advising. You do you, but I can see why. Get in there. Anyway, I just lost my train of thought. Oh, maybe it'll come back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I did not grab enough and I didn't space them out real good. That's okay. We'll just jam 1 right there. Because we're going to follow the rules here. And so step 3, we put our dimensionals on. Step 3, we're also going to take our corrugated Misty Moonlight piece, flip it upside down, and grab a little bit of tear and tape. This kit it's easy. Oh, I know what I was going to say. I don't peek ahead. If you're new to my Let's Kit Togethers, I will tell you, those that have been around a while know, I don't peek ahead. So I order these kits. I assume I have the rest of the supplies since I'm a demonstrator. Generally, they say when, in the item description, whether you need anything or not, you'll always need scissors. Actually, there's been some kits where you don't need scissors because they don't have ribbon. Anyway, and we put tear and tape behind our happy birthday. Okay. But I'm going to make sure that it's just flipped completely upside down because they're recommending the tear and tape goes across, and I'm just going to assume that's because of how it attaches to whatever it's attaching to, that we need it right in the middle going horizontal. Safe assumption, usually. And yep, I can already see that. So we need to build our element. But yeah, I don't peek ahead on Let's Kit Together anything. Sometimes it's hard to avoid gaining information. So we want to center that left to right and top to bottom. On our corrugated blue, make sure your pennant is facing the right. If you are doing this the kit way, if you're doing your own thing, then you face it whatever direction you like. Whatever one brings you joy. But yeah, I don't peek ahead at all. And we're going to go ahead and take the tear and tape off the corrugated piece. And that actually goes off a little offset. Yeah, okay. I'm going to show you what I'm seeing if we do it their way. So we have the kind of building edges there. They have it lined up with kind of the left angle. So in my case, it's right there. We have that left edge like that. So when you flip it over, it looks like that. Except mine looks crooked. I bet you anything it is. Because I was holding it in my hand. Does that look straighter? Probably not. How many times? How many ways? I'm just wigging out. Oh my gosh. No. There. That looks squared to the circle a little bit, but no, it doesn't. Oh my gosh. What is with me? Well, that. And there's going to be almost no sticky left on the tear and tape, probably. Okay, that looks pretty good. We're calling that good, people. Now we take all our little dimensional backings off. And remember, if you have a fingernail and they're not coming off good, the little dimensionals, the mini dimensionals in this kit generally do. But you can just take your fingernail and dig them in there. Or you can just peel them. The small ones, the bigger ones, if you stick your fingernail in there, especially a thumbnail, that just releases that little waxy backing. Easy peasy. Okay, oh, one left. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and place her down. It looks like we center our circle. Oh, that is crooked. Oh, forget it. I'm coming back to that. I don't normally do that. I feel kind of like I just rage quit. I did not. We're going to center that. And the way they have it positioned is that this middle building kind of hangs over the copper clay one. Now, I'm going to put this. Why is this just looking off to me? You know what it is? I think it's the angle of happy birthday is just throwing off my whole groove. Because that is indeed, I don't know. It's done. It's cute. It's really very easy. A guy could make this card. No offense to guys, but so okay, how about this? Someone who hasn't stamped. I'm rolling on the card too. We'll come back to that one. I'm rolling on the card too. So they're recommending, let's get our card base ready. And a little extra. There we go. We're going to lay that like that. That's step one. Step one's done. We need our step two. Ooh, we are stamping the buildings. Wow, this is so cool. This is a really cool stamp. You know what? Why don't I just use the one that came with the kit? And you know what else I'm going to do to make sure it's square on the building? Just to follow proper stamping protocol, I'm going to line it up on my grid. Assuming that that bottom line and the image are accurate, line it up with the line in my grid. And then prep. The back of the hand is how I find it. And no sticky, almost no sticky. I find that easiest. So I assume we go ahead and inky. Yep. Step two, we go ahead and inky this up. Inky is a verb, isn't it? It's not a noun. It's not a description, an adjective. Inky, getting inky. See, it's a verb in our creative crafts. Okay, that's really kind of cool. Legit. And I assume we center it over our element. And there's no extras, so we hope that we don't muck it up. You can always do a test run if you aren't sure if your stamp's going to work on your scratch paper. Perfect. Look at that. Would you look at that? So that's step 2. We stamped our beautiful images. We're going to set that aside to dry for a moment. Step 3, we're going to take our corrugated Misty Moonlight Blue piece. We're going to flip it over. We're going to run some tear and tape. Nope, dimensionals. I spoke too soon. I did not look too carefully at my instructions. So 4 mini dimensionals on the back of our Misty Moonlight piece. And I can't believe as many dimensionals as they gave us that there aren't plenty of extra. So if you feel like putting more on, just a working theory that there's 8 cards and not that many dimensionals needed, that they gave us kind of their standard kit sized amount, which is more than enough, or save them for something extra. And we need to put 3 dimensionals behind our 3 buildings. And we need to come in here with our greeting, flip that upside down, or yeah, upside down, or non-printed side up, maybe better, and put 3 dimensionals behind there. And now we need to build our whole decorative element. So they're recommending flip the corrugated Misty Moonlight piece up, take off the tear and tape. I would not take off those dimensionals yet. Take off the tear and tape. And we're going to position it. See, I probably would have put my dimensionals on there last, because now you're dealing with a semi-rocking piece. Over a couple corrugades. Corrugades. Put it over about 1/4 of an inch. And now we're going to take our dimensionals from our greeting and we're going to make sure that it is facing the correct direction and that you can read it before you put it down. Not speaking from experience or anything. And we go ahead and stick that all down. I would have, you know how fat that's getting? I'm going to actually recommend that you use tear and tape. I mean, yes, it would be really cool if it pops off the background, but this is getting awfully fat with all these layers of dimensionals. So that's a piece of advice I'm seeing. But, you know, your kit, your way. I'm just helping you. We put it so you can see. So I'm going to match this to where they have that far right building kind of in front of that boho blue taller building. Kind of like that. And then, so in not a 1/2 of an inch, about 1/4 of an inch or a little bit more from the right and up a little over 1/2 inch. Stick that all down. Yep, I released all my backing. Now, in this one, oh, you know what? It's okay. I like this method better. I like doing all my little boo-bobbers all at once. I've frequently in my kit togethers gone back and just added them all at once. It just, these are really pretty. These are actual copper. Okay, let's bring in our card 1. Let's do them all. So card 1 uses 4 of the little copper dots. And they go 1 right there. 1 right there. I might use my scissors. You can use your take your pick tool. Just because they are metal, they feel like they're actual metal and they're slippery. That is really pretty. So card 2, they go, we use 3. In the middle of the angled building, under the D and today, I could have positioned my today up a little bit higher. And then the third one goes over in the water here. And that is it for the City Sites card kit. Those, oh my gosh. You guys, this is good for just about anybody. Any gender, well, almost any occasion, but I mean, it's pretty generic. And again, I am starting to really dig a lot of the color combinations that Stampin' Up's bringing into the kits. And I really would like either myself, if I had time, or someone else to write up kind of a guide, because gosh, they've just been, not that I wouldn't think of that, but I might have left out a color, and I really like all the colors in it. That's kind of my jam though. So not my full jam, but if you're not new around here, you know Puddle Pink, Pool Party, Calypso Coral, stuff like that are my jam. But honestly, Boho Blue, Misty Moonlight, and Navy with a pop of something is not an unfar combo for me to use regularly. Anyhow, that is it for our Let's Kit today. The City Sites card kit from Stampin' Up, item 163. I have to look it up because I threw the wrapper away that had the item number on it. 163885. And thank you for joining me today for this edition of, oh, we didn't take a look. You know what? We need to do that real fast. Blah, blah, blah. We need to take a look at it with the envelopes. I always do that. So they're not, oh, okay. So the one, I didn't notice that because we didn't look at the envelopes. Oh my gosh, you guys use this for paper. Look at that. I thought they were just white. No, they have printing on all sides of the envelopes. So anyway, this is our City Sites card kit, item 163885 in the US. I hope you've enjoyed this edition of Let's Get Together. We'll get together again real soon. And I'm sorry it had to be a pre-recorded session. But again, until I figure out my sound issues on my recordings, I'm not really sure what I'm doing. I'm pre-recording some and still doing some live, and it's kind of hit or miss. So I'm sorry about that. Bye.